What is up, everyone? How you doing today? In today's video, I want to talk about why I think Gojo Vs Sukuna should be turned into a movie. And I know that may sound crazy. Some of you might agree with me, but in today's video, I kind of want to break down why I think that's a good idea and why it could be a potential possibility going into the future. Gojo vs Sukuna is probably the most anticipated fight in Jujutsu Kaisen and in all of anime in general. The hype behind this fight is kind of unmatched right now and is something that will be remembered, and I believe to capitalize on this hype, Mappa should animate this fight into a movie. I should probably add a spoiler warning in here since we'll be talking a little bit about the fight, but we won't be spoiling the whole thing. But if you haven't read it, just turn away now. So, on average, 3.2 chapters of JJK have been animated into a 22 to 24-minute episode. That's kind of the averages come out to. And starting at chapter 223, so this is where Gojo arrives in Shinjuku and meets with Utahime and the other principal, I forgot his name, sorry. And this would span the entire fight into chapter 236, where we witness the horrifying death of Gojo. And these 13 chapters would come out to probably between an hour and 20 minutes and an hour and 30 minutes if we're using the previous chapters as reference. So the only movie we've gotten from Jujutsu Kaisen so far was JJK Zero. This movie was released back in 2021 in theaters, and it came in at an hour and 45 minutes in length. So of course this adapted the entirety of JJK Zero, the first novel, and was the true beginning of the JJK story. The movie grossed a bit under 200 million worldwide, which is actually a pretty impressive feat for an anime film. Of course, JJK Zero was released in 2021, which means it was during the pandemic and had kind of decreased viewers within the theaters. And since then, JJK has absolutely exploded in popularity and is arguably the most popular manga right now. I know One Piece is up there too. I haven't watched or read it, I'm sorry, so hate me if you want. But with this in mind, and the fact that Gojo vs Sukuna is probably the most anticipated fight right now, I believe that a film for this fight would be something incredible and definitely warranted. So a counter argument to adapting this into a film would be the hype behind weekly releases. If you were watching the Shibuya arc when it was airing week to week in the fall and winter of 2023, it was nothing short of incredible. The hype between episodes was just amazing, and I don't know, there's not really words to describe how awesome it was. And if you were there for it, you definitely know what I'm talking about. And something that was a little less hype than that was the controversies surrounding the working conditions for animators at MAPPA. Rumors had circulated between episodes that they were being rushed to finish, and some episodes weren't even finished a week in advance to airing, and some were aired not even 100% complete, at least how the animators wanted them to be. For example, the Sukuna vs. Maharaga fight was left unfinished, and scenes were added into the Blu-ray well after the season had ended to kind of finish out the episode. So looking at season 3 of JJK, I think that'll probably be a normal release schedule, kind of like we saw with season 2, assuming everything goes right, releasing episodes weekly. I speculate that season 3 will span from chapter 138, so that's the Zenin Massacre arc, and all the way to chapter 212 with Meg Kuna or Sukuna taking over Megami. This leaves about 10 chapters leading into the Gojo vs Sukuna fight, and some will probably argue that these chapters should just be included and adapted in the film, which would help boost the runtime up to more of a normal film runtime, around probably 2-ish hours, if not even more. So I think that these episodes would actually work better as like a lead up into the fight. So probably spanning 3 to 4 episodes for season 4, and then that would lead into the fight. These episodes would show the preparation for the massive battle in Shinjuku, and I believe in the anime that they could definitely extend some scenes or add some training scenes. I think that this is probably going to help flesh the story out more, as long as it has Gege's blessing and the animators are fine with it. Adding some scenes for training that makes sense here in these first 4 episodes would definitely, I think, be a good thing, especially fans kind of want to see more of what went on before this fight, since we didn't really have much time with Gojo back with his students before he goes into the fight. So yeah, I think 4, maybe they could push it out to 5 episodes, airing for season 4 before the movie, and I would assume that they would probably take a hiatus between the episodes and the movie releasing, assuming they did this obviously, to give themselves more time to kind of hone their craft, get the movie perfect, and of course, we don't want to rush anything. At the end of the day, we want the animators to have a good work schedule and good work-life balance, if that even exists in MAPPA. But, giving us the best possible product with the least amount of blood, sweat, and tears, I suppose. So we'll see how the timing works out with that, but I mean, it's going to be something that would be pretty hard to time correctly, but I believe that they could figure it out. Personally, I just don't think there's a better way to capitalize on the hype than releasing a film to be enjoyed on a big screen. Fans of Jujutsu Kaisen, there's more of us than there ever has been, really, at this point, and we'll flock to local theaters in order to enjoy this film. And I think that it would do great in the box office, and you know, obviously we would enjoy it, but it would maybe even draw in non-anime fans just because they'd probably see the hype behind the film. I don't know if they would necessarily enjoy it going and seeing it, but it would just be a cool moment for fans, and I think that it just kind of makes sense to do this as a movie. Of course, they could already have this planned out. They could already have episodes planned out for this, and I think episodes would work great too. You know, having a weekly release and building up hype in between episodes is something that is underappreciated as well. So, obviously, that could be a case, but I don't know. Something about releasing a movie just sounds so exciting, and they are releasing, Mappa is releasing a Chainsaw Man movie this fall, so maybe they'll wait to see how that one does in theaters. I know I've seen season 1 of Chainsaw Man, so I'll probably go see that in theaters as well. But in my opinion, I just think there wouldn't be anything more hype than a movie. But again, just my opinion here. Let me know what you guys think. Should this be a movie? Should it be episodes? Obviously, you already know my opinion, but I think it'll be interesting to see what the community thinks. Obviously, there's different arguments for both ways, and they could pull a Demon Slayer route where you release it as a movie and then also as episodes as well, or vice versa. You know, it doesn't matter the order really. But yeah, I'm really excited for this to get animated. Of course, it's probably, you know, 10 years away, maybe not full 10 years, but it's a ways out. We still got to get season 3 first and worry about the production behind that and whatever's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this. I think logistically it might make sense to make this a movie, but of course, that's just my opinion. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day, guys.